They were married, as was becoming with great privacy.
Oui,
In hopes
that's bad for every one of you.
that perhaps the late Viola may not hear of it.
We knew that, we already saw that.
During the first 3 years of their marriage, the new Mrs. Lloyd failed to become a mother in her own right, and her adopted daughter refused at every turn to see her as a mother.
Be careful in the stairs with your knees.
Arthur, on his side, suffered heavy losses of money.
Like everyone into this house.
In his expenditure. It was a revolting thought that these exquisite fabrics should await the commands of a little girl.
Perdita.
Perdita had reached her limit.
So when she was 12, Isabel.
Our financials are disaster. If she could have foreseen how dire things would become, how dire you have made things.
Ooh.
Me,
Yes.
and for all Perdita. It is out of the question. It is a promise. An oath. We mustn't dispose of an oath to Viola. What right had Viola to dispose of our future?
That's a promise. Respect the memory of your sister, please. I know that she's not gonna do it. The name Perdita, you know, in French, it's almost like lost eater, you know. I know that it's because of the kid that their parents lost between the two girls. For her, it means also that she's lost. We're gonna have a jump scare, you know, or something like that. I was expecting it, but still surprised by it. I felt it, you know, I felt it on my neck. Is he gonna find our body or not? He did! That was a weird body, dead body.
The night in which Viola would sleep.
You're not sick anymore because you're not alive anymore. You're dead. She's into the box, right? With all of her clothes, all of the jewelries and all. And you released her, Perdita. It was supposed to be her daughter.
She would walk.
6 years, you know, she did that.
And time went by, sleeping, waking.
Trying.
She admitted she was dead. She admitted her husband had moved on.
Finally.
She admitted her daughter was growing without her. Reward in the knowledge that one day the door would open, and one day Isabel would open her mother's trunk and claim her reward.
No. Perdita was a ghost. You know, she can't speak and all she was because of how she died. Am I going too far?
Only that. And so, overwhelmed, she slept and waited.
You didn't kill him.
They would move away from here, sell the man and find a quieter life, a smaller one, made only for the two of them.
At least they're alive.
Julie was there, and that was all that mattered.
No.
His superstition defied reason, but he felt confident all the same. Whatever curse had claimed his second wife,
You're gonna
would not risk
push her into the lake. No.
this absolute abandonment. Shattered Viola's heart.
We can all understand that.
As when she was sick, and against all probability, Viola would not go. She instead made her own gravity. Gravity of will. That would change the terrain of Bly Manor. She would wake
She would walk.
And she would walk.
She was a lake lady.
That perhaps
She was the one acting like that during the
she
night.
could simply slip into the warmth of the blankets and nestle
But
herself
why
close
are
to
you
her family.
protecting Flora? Twice a month or twice a week, you know, she's doing that, we know that.
How many nights? How many walks? She could no longer count.
Oh, the manor was used as an hospital?
She did not even realise that a decade had passed.
Where is she?
What are you doing here? It isn't safe. You mustn't be in this wing without permission.
You killed people all along these years
It would hold others too,
and they stayed there?
and hadn't forgotten she would walk.
Please don't kill Jamie.
She would walk.
We're not gonna see that.
And alas, the poor vicar, the second person to find himself in Violet's path,
The vicar?
with forgetting an ailment altogether monstrous.
You need to stop, Viola. I don't know how, but you need to stop.
Time takes all things. 'Tis the way of the world. The past proceeds. Memories fade. Everything yields to time. Even the soul.
I don't know why I'm like that.
Again, hoping to find a child. And here was a child. Must be the child whom she sought.
You killed that child? The boy?
Any others, too. Those souls held in
Doctor?
those
the boy.
unfortunates trapped in the gravity well she had made of Bly Manor. The eldest of Willoughby's daughters once lay Lord Bly. Not a woman at all. Not a person at all. Not a name, not a face. Just need and loneliness.
Can't we stop her in a way?
A fate that befell anyone unfortunate enough to step into her habitual path.
Stop. Stop.
No hope for anyone with the sad misfortune to die on the grounds of Bly.
How many
No
people?
hope for the victims of Bly, and no hope it would seem for the younger pair, who having run afoul,
No.
so many of the dead finally stepped into the path of her own fate.
Can't we stop her? Flora, maybe? This is gonna be fuck you. I was wrong. I know that I said that I love to be wrong with this show, but right there I'm not sure. Because I said that this episode was gonna be a lot about explanations, reveals, informations and all, so at the end during the last episode we can have the resolution, you know, the ones who are dead or alive and the ones who are gonna die or not, and what happened to them after that, so we can have the answer about who is telling all of this story. In a way I'm right. We had reveals, informations and all during this episode. Who is the lake lady, what is her story, why everyone is dying and is still surviving, you know, as a ghost right there, why their faces are disappearing. It was not to protect Flora. I thought that she was protecting Flora, that lake lady was protecting a kid maybe, but no, she killed the kid, she killed that boy, that... Oh, but on the other hand, it's so well written, so well explained. Again, I'm feeling sad for everyone. For Viola, even if she was a bitch really, she was slapping her sister, she married that man even if she knew that he was maybe in love with her sister. She was awful, she was just thinking about what is beautiful, you know, the dresses and all, and at the end, finally, she was almost accepting to die, but Perdita killed her. I mean, at first I thought that Perdita, that poor girl, you know, she was living in the shadow of her sister and all, but she killed her sister and she took her place and she was not a good mother and she tried to steal, you know, these things. Okay, it was because of the fact that they did not have enough money, but all of these characters that are doing good stuff and bad stuff, and I can feel sad for each one of them. It's difficult. I don't want to take a position, you know, to take a side. With Peter, I know where I'm standing, but with all of the rest of all of these stories, how many love stories do we have during this season? How many difficult and possible love stories do we have during this season? How many people who are cheating do we have during this season? I mean, during the season of Hill House, I was like, okay, you know what, the writers, they have a real issue with suicidal, you know, with siblings and all. During this season, I have the impression that they had a real issue with a love relationship which didn't, I was gonna say end well, but also was a good relationship, a good and healthy relationship. Right there, I can't see any of this relationship being good and healthy. If it's not Danny and Jamie, really my only hope for this season, all of the other ones, all of the parents, Mel's parents, Isabel's parents, Jamie's parents, all of these stories. And even, you know, the adults who are into the present time, even them, they have difficult, impossible relationships. That's not healthy, you know, the relationship between Peter and Becca is really not healthy. It's really the toxic relationship. When you are describing one, you are describing that relationship. Anna and Owen, that's the impossible one between a dead person and a person who is alive. This is a season about love, for sure, but I'm not sure that this is a season about good love. If it's not for Danny and Jamie, all of the rest of them, that's bad relationships. I'm not saying that it was not love between all of them, true love, big love, but it was bad relationships. You can have love into a bad relationship. I'm desperate. This episode was great. Even if you know it, I said it all along this season, I love this season because it's really about a chronological way of writing it, like stuff are happening and we have flashbacks to explain stuff, but still stuff are happening. The episode about Anna and this episode are cutting that, you know, are a break into that way of writing the episodes. I'm not sure that I like that, you know, that it's a real break. I would have preferred, you know, to have some of these flashbacks and also some scenes happening into the present. It would have been better for me. Really, that's my personal appreciation of it. But for sure they did it well, and for sure it was well written, and for sure I appreciated everything about this episode. But for how I like the show to be written, that was a true flashback episode with all of this explanation about the manor. In fact, that was an episode about the manor, which is great, which is explaining a lot of stuff, which is weird, you know. I mean, for the two final episodes of a show, of a season, but this show is just about one season, so that's weird for the two last episodes to have an entire flashback episode. I know that we need to have a lot of explanations, reveals and all, so it's justified, but it's weird because it's about characters that we didn't know before that. Do you understand what I mean? An entire flashback episode at the end of the season of the show, why not? If it's about the characters that we already know, met, loved, and all of that, right there, meeting new ones, it's not giving me fully the time to love them. To have that just before the end, I'm not sure. You know, I would have preferred also that this episode would have been, you know, the last one, the episode 7. It would have been more logical for me, you know, for how we are close to these characters. We want to spend the two last episodes with them, to know what it means for them, to watch them, learn all of this stuff, to have these reveals with them, maybe. That's why also maybe this entire flashback episode is not working for me, because it's breaking the rhythm of the show, all of the season, how it was written, because we are with new characters, in fact, and because we want to be with the characters that we know and love for the end. But again, that was a good episode. I'm not blaming the episode, I mean the writers. It was well written, it was well done, well filmed, well played, all was great. But for me, I would have preferred it to be different. Really a mix between flashbacks and present time. I'm gonna have the present time right now because I'm gonna watch the last episode right now. For you it's gonna be in another day and for me in just some minutes. So it's all for you for today and it's all for me for now. So bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine? Great.